Hey folks, Aaron here. And as you can see from the background, I am safely back from Orlando. Oh boy, that was a heck of a week. So, on the blog, you may have seen most of my trip report. At this point, all 6 days of the conference are up, at least my summaries of them are up. So, there's a lot for me still to unpack from that. I got some great ideas for some app development that I'm going to start working on. Had a great time meeting some new friends, networking. May have networked a little too hard on at least one night, but had a little bit of a hangover the next morning. But yeah, fantastic experience. Kudos to the TechWell team and everyone involved in putting together a fantastic conference. Just a couple of general things that I kind of want to cover today. So I stayed at the Renaissance Orlando at SeaWorld. I didn't actually go to SeaWorld, but I could see it from where I was. But that was a fantastic hotel. It's kind of pricey. As I found out, everything in Orlando is pricey. It's a town based on a tourist trap, so everything has tourist prices. But yeah, Renaissance Orlando, the quality of the room was great. The service, the couple of times I needed something, service was great. And it's a fantastic facility. Just as a conference, it was great. They had all kinds of space. It was interesting. There were almost always at least one or two other conferences going on the whole time I was there. So they do a lot of convention and conference stuff. And yeah, I highly recommend them. Would I stay there again with my family? Probably. Now, of course, bringing the entire family is a much pricier experience. With 7 people, we would need probably 2 rooms or some kind of a suite or something. So I don't know necessarily if that would work, but yeah, just for a family of 4, family of 5, great location. They do shuttles in the morning and evening to all of the major theme parks, not just SeaWorld. And it's a great place. The food at the hotel's restaurants was excellent. It's just excellent. Can't say enough about how good they are and how responsive they were. At least in my own experience over the course of the week. Okay, another trip thing. Flew Delta. Got a chance on Saturday. I had a pretty long time in the airport. My original plan had been to rent a car and go over to Kissimmee and check out Kermit Week's Fantasy of Flight Museum. That fell through, so I ended up having like 8 hours to hang out in the Orlando airport. So went to the Delta lounge, and so that should end up turning into another lounge review over on Airline Reporter. I still got to write that up. I got a lot of writing to do. But again, another good recommendation. The Delta Lounge was great. Clean, bright, airy. They clearly are used to dealing with a bunch of travelers, a lot of kids. They got a nice kids area, good food, nice open bar. Great place to great place to go and get some work done. And uh, I so I kind of spent my Saturday afternoon just hanging out, watching planes go around, getting some work done, and sipping sangria. Not a bad Saturday. Yeah, good flights. Caught a 757-300 from Orlando to Minneapolis, and then the night run from Minneapolis to SFD is usually an Airbus A319, which it's an A319. I mean, I'm not gonna say if it ain't Boeing, I ain't going, because I mean my favorite is my favorite short haul Delta bird is the 717. Okay, technically that's a Boeing product, I realize, but let's get real here. Boeing rebranded that from what was going to be the next evolution of the MD-90, which evolved from the MD-80, which evolved from the DC-9. The Boeing 717 is about as Boeing as a classic FA-18C or D, which is to say, it's not. I know Boeing has the product now. It's not Boeing. That's all I'm going to say about that. That's a long, it's a long, cranky aviation historian kind of rant digression thing to go with that. Anyway, that's kind of the whirlwind trip summary. Delta was great. Sitting in steerage is sitting in steerage. It is what it is. But the Delta IFE is always good. Great movie, good movie selection. Did have a couple of glitches this time around. The 757, the IFE went in op about 40 minutes before the flight ended, and the A319, the IFE was in op the whole time. That's it's not great, but Minneapolis to Sioux Falls is about a 40-minute flight, so at departing at like 11 o'clock at night, so it wasn't a big deal. The other thing to note was the weather, which, man, that was a heck of a change. Saturday morning, I got up, I went for a run outside in Orlando, did 4 miles and change, and the weather was 80-something degrees. Then get on the plane, get off in Minneapolis, and it's like 17 degrees and snowing. Yay. So I am back in winter, and it feels like winter. The one nice thing I'll say about that is I went to Disney Springs on Friday night, did some shopping, brought some stuff home for the kids, and of course, I mean, it's November, so Disney Springs is all decked out for Christmas already, and there's Christmas music playing, and I'm just not used to hearing Christmas music and seeing Christmas decorations when I'm wearing shorts and t-shirt anymore. My brain goes, oh, Christmas. Well, that means snow and cold and putting my motorcycle away for a few months. So that was interesting. Christmas feels better in the cold to me. I'm sure any Australian friends who ever see this are going to go, yeah, you're nuts. Christmas is summer and warm. Well, that's fair. Northern Hemisphere. All right. I think that's all I got for now. There's going to be some good stuff coming up on the blog this week, probably mostly unpacking in more detail some of my favorite conference sessions. And Wednesday is going to be the start of my Valkyria Chronicles 4 playthrough, so that'll be cool. Hope you'll join me for that. Friday is going to be the last of Star Wars X-Wing Alliance. So we're going to bid that a fond farewell. And of course, given that Friday is Black Friday, that means that Thursday is Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving a few days early to everyone in the United States. And we'll see you next week. Until then, remember, keep your knees in the breeze and the shiny side up. I'm Aaron. Thanks for watching. Good night.